I done seen the future in America won't make it. I can look at Europe and I see it for the taking. China's about to fall, the economy is breaking. We ain't asking for the kingdom, man, we about to take it. Take it. World domination, we gon' take it. I don't need your money.
Stereotypical. Why you think it is? We was cursed. I agree, we were cursed. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Read it.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
Are y'all familiar with the Bible in it? If you're not familiar with it at all. Okay. That's okay, that's fine, because with that, we can build with that. You know what I'm saying? It's sometimes what they say is easier to raise children and to repair broken men. A lot of times when you have a doctrine in your mind or what you've been taught, it's hard to break that down sometimes. But if you don't have no foundation at all, we can build that foundation up, right? You familiar with the Bible, right? So you know about the story of Moses?
Yeah.
What was Moses known for?
Well, I don't know what he was known for, but I know he was one of God's children where he led them.
He led who? He led a group of people from where? He led them out of slavery. Because you ever seen the movie 10 Commandments? You have? And Moses parted the Red Sea. And give me Exodus 1:13. Exodus 1:13 real quick. So just a little back history about Moses and the reason why this is important. Because most people, when they read the Bible, they read it as a fairy tale book. They think a lot of these things in the Bible are not true. We're going to prove that to be a lie today, right? Read that.
Exodus chapter 1, verse 13. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor.
So in that movie 10 Commandments, you seen the Egyptians had the children of Israel in slavery, right? So Moses went to Pharaoh, he told him 10 times, more than 10 times really, let God's people go so they can go serve him in the wilderness. But Pharaoh refused. He brought all the 10 plagues upon him, and then at the last one, when he killed their children, Pharaoh said, get out of here. And Moses parted the Red Sea, and the children of Israel walked across. You remember that story? All right? So when they got to the other side, this is what happened. Read Deuteronomy 28:15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
He said, it shall come to pass. What does shall come to pass mean? That means it's going to happen in the future.
Right.
The time that it was written, it had happened in. The time that he was speaking it to them, it had happened in. But he said, it's going to come to pass. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So he said, if you don't listen to God, read.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So he told them, after he freed them from slavery and got them to the other side, he said, look, if y'all don't keep God's commandments, bad things are going to happen to y'all. Y'all going to be cursed. These curses are going to come upon y'all, and ain't going to be nothing y'all can do to stop it. Right? Read verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So remember, he said this was going to happen. It wasn't going to happen right then because they just came out of slavery. He said, in the future, your sons and daughters are going to be given unto another people.
You say Jesus.
You say Jesus? Yeah. All right, we'll deal with it. So look, he said, in the future, your sons and daughters will be given unto another people. Now, 1619, 1492, you got the sub-Saharan slave trade, you got the transatlantic slave trade. Y'all familiar with that? The sub-Saharan and the transatlantic slave trade? You familiar with that?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
If you Jesus, you gotta know this history. You Jesus.
That son mine.
Huh?
That son mine, know that.
His son.
That son right there, mine.
Oh, it's yours?
That's what.
That's what's up. Okay. So, it said, thy sons and daughters shall be given unto another people. So, when was a nation of people, sons and daughters given into another people? Who did that happen to in America? It happened to us. Did it happen to the white man? Chinese? Japanese? No history, but this history right here, this history that we read, this happened to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Our sons and daughters were taken from us and distributed out across the world, sold off to different nations. That happened, right? Read.
And be given to another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand.
So you ever seen, what's that movie? Roots? 12 Years a Slave? You seen 12 Years a Slave? When Roots, when Kinsey children got taken away from her, like in slavery, right? When they sold us off in these auction blocks, they put us on these auction blocks, like you got a mother and a daughter right here. And they took the daughter and sold her off to a different plantation. The mother would cry, but it wasn't nothing she can do about it, because she couldn't physically get her kids back. She didn't have the power to. So you gotta ask, why would the Lord allow that to happen to this race of people right here? What did we read in the beginning? Why did he say that happened? Huh? We cursed, but why are we cursed?
We weren't following the commandments.
We strayed away from God's commandment. So that didn't happen, like you said earlier, that didn't happen to the white man, or the Chinese man, or the Japanese man. That happened to the Israelites. That happened to all the people that you see on that sign right there. And when we ask why, it's because we strayed away from God. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 48. We read this to you earlier. Read that.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
Would you say that we have enemies in America? Enemies. Big bro, what's your name? Right here with the Amazon jacket on. What's your name?
Dan.
Who?
Dan.
Dan?
Yeah.
Would you say that black people have enemies in America?
Yeah.
Who are our enemies?
The white folks.
White man is our enemy. Who else?
Sometimes we are.
Sometimes we are our own enemy. You know, every nation that set up traps for us to fail in the community, they are our enemies. But the Lord said right here, therefore we was going to serve our enemy. But let's find out how we was going to serve them enemies. Because we are our own enemy, that's true. But we're going to find out specifically what type of enemy are we dealing with right here. Read that.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So when we want food, water, clothing, education, when we go buy our straps from the white man at the pawn shop, when we go to Simmons and buy these guns, we got to go to who to get those things? Do we own the gun shops? Or do we own the Walmarts of the Publix? Do we own the clothing industry? We don't own none of that. Do we own the educational system? When we want to apply for a house, do we own any of these things? We don't. The Lord said we're going to have to go to our enemies and get these things. And he said that same person, read,
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So now the question is, what nation of people put yokes of iron upon our neck? Who did that to us? Who put us on them ships? And that these ships were not designed to carry people. These ships were designed to carry cargo, to carry freight from one side of the earth to the other. Who did this to us? Who put us on them ships? How did they get us on them ships? Do you think it was easy getting us on them ships? No, we fought tooth and nail not to be on them ships. But the Lord said we was going to have to serve our enemies for everything we want. And those same enemies was going to take yokes of iron and put them upon our neck. Who did that to us? Our true enemies did that to us. Like brother said earlier, we are enemies to each other. But the way that we are towards each other was bred in us by the people that bought us over here on slave ships. We've adopted the white man's mentality. It was a point of time to where he had to keep us in chains to keep us down. He ain't got to do that no more, because he said he shall put a yoke of iron upon our neck until what?
He have destroyed thee.
Until he have destroyed us. None of us have yokes of iron upon our neck today. But how are we destroyed as a people? How y'all think we are destroyed as a people? What are some of the self-destructive things we do to each other or to ourselves?
Hate.
We hate each other. We smoke.
We kill
We
each other.
drink. We lay down with women, have babies with them, you know what I'm saying, and then leave. We don't take care of our own children. So the Lord said when them chains came out your neck, you was gonna be mentally destroyed as a people. And when you look around at black people today, we are the ones that's mentally destroyed. We are a self-destructive people. But why? Why are we that self-destructive people? Because we strayed away from God's commandments. So what do we need to do to fix it, is the question. How do we fix it? How you think we fix it? What are some things a black man and a black woman can be doing in the community to fix their issues? Just take a wild guess. I don't know. I mean, anything. What you think? Because I can stand here and talk to y'all all day. You know what I'm saying? But unless we have a conversation and try to figure these things out amongst ourselves, we're not going to get anywhere. Because the black man is supposed to be the one standing up in the community. But a lot of times, the black woman has more heart and mouth than the black man in their own community. Why is that, Stan? Why the black man don't want to speak up when it concerns being a leader in the community? What you think are some things we can do to fix our community? Huh? You ain't sure? You got children? How? Are you a father to your children? What are some things you teach your son? What are some mores and standards you teach your son? What about you? What you say your name was again? Terrell. What are some things that black man can do to fix his community?
I guess responsibility.
Responsibility, I like that. Give me responsibility, I like that. What you think, sis? You gotta start within yourself. How? What does that look like?
Meaning, you have to clean yourself from the trauma you started with. Get yourself together, go within the Bible, and work on yourself and follow God's commandments. It's not gonna be easy.
Right? I like what you said that. Hold 19:7, go Romans 12:2. But what she said was true, right? In America, we have a lot of things that we picked, a lot of ways that we've adopted, right? The smoking, the drinking, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these things, a lot of the things that we do, it's a force of habit. You know what I'm saying? We chose to do it, but we've been doing it for so long, that we've been seeing people doing it for so long, that now it's just become a part of our lifestyle. Damn, you're an Israelite, bro. We God's chosen people. And if you want to see change in your community, if you want to be a better father, a better man in general, it starts with the Bible. It starts with you realizing who you are. We the Israelites, bro. And you gotta keep God's commandments, all right? You do Romans 12:2.
Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
So Paul is telling us through the Spirit of the Lord to not be conformed to this world. What does it mean to be conformed to the world? You have an idea? Yeah, conform. To get used to. I like that. What you say?
Meaning doing things that is not a good thing. You know, like drinking, smoking.
Just following the lead. You know what I'm saying? Being conformed to this world. Don't take what the world offers you or what the world tells you about yourself is true. The Lord said we cannot be conformed to this world, but we gotta be what?
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
We have to be transformed. If we have to be transformed, that means there's something about us right now that's not right. But what's gonna transform us is the question that we should be asking. Because black women today are very smart. Black men too. We go to college, we get good education. Some of us got good paying jobs. You know what I'm saying? We have knowledge, but what knowledge don't we have? Huh?
Where we come from.
We don't have the knowledge of where we come from. We don't have a true nationality. And that's where it all starts. If you don't know where you came from, how can you know where you're going? We ask people all the time, what's your nationality? What nation of people do you come from? Like what do you consider yourself today?
Me?
Yeah. What nation do you consider yourself? Race.
A black African American.
A black African American. Black is a color, African American, like my brother said earlier, comes from two different white men. Leo Scipios Africanus, and this is what the white man do, right? Give me Psalms 49:11. I know I got you on the line. Give me Psalms 49:11. What we gotta realize about our enemies is that they are obsessed with control. Anytime that they conquer a place, what do? They name the place after themselves. Africa was named after a white man called Leo Scipios Africanus. America was named after a white man called Amerigo Vespucci. So whenever they conquer these lands, they just name the lands after themselves. What's your last name? Jones. What's your last name, sis? How you think you got the last name? By the same people who conquered you. Not only did they put names on the lands that they conquered, They put names on the people that they conquer. We are products of our environment. We are products of the white man. That's why we gotta wake up. We gotta come back to who we truly are. We gotta stand up as gods. The Lord said we gods. And if we don't get it right in the community, it's not gonna get right. We gotta stand up and fix it. When I say we, I'm talking about me and you. Because we can talk to the women, but the women gonna follow what the men do. So if the men don't get it together, the women and the children gonna keep doing what they do. We can't depend on them to do it. It's up to us to do it.
Right. Psalms chapter 49, verse 11. The inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
So the inward thought of the white man is that their houses shall continue forever. That's why when they conquered us, they put their last names upon it. That's why when they take over these lands, they name the land after themselves. They think their house is going to continue forever, read.
And their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own name.
The lands that they conquer, they call them after their own name. Not only the lands, but the people.
Right.
All of us today have the name of our oppressor attached to us. Some of us have changed our name. You know what God called us? He called us Israel. You know what that name means? As a prince, we have power with God. Once we come back to, like you said, our true nationality, then we can wake up and bring this kingdom down. We only looking for a few. We understand that the whole world is not going to change. The Lord said only 1/3 of the people going to change. And that's all we need. Y'all may be the only two that make some change today. But that's all the Lord looking for. Everybody in the world is not going to change. You know what that means? That means when you start to make the changes in your household, your family going to turn their back on you. The fight going to start instantly. It started right now. You're already in a battle right now. We fight for your soul right now. But the question is, how bad do you want it? Because we can stand out here and talk you in the face till you blue in the face. But do you really want to change? Do you really see the importance of what we're trying to, the message we're trying to convey? Now give me Psalm 19:7. Because we asked the question, the Lord said, be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So what is going to transform us? Read that.
Psalms chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul.
So the law of the Lord, he said, is perfect. And the law of the Lord is what's going to convert our soul. It's what's going to change us from that wicked man and woman that we are to that godly man and woman. Read.
The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
So the testimony of the Lord is what makes us wise. Because right now we're a foolish people. We don't have the answers to nothing because we always raised in Christianity. Christianity has deceived us. Our mothers and our fathers and grandmothers have deceived us. But all the answers to our questions are right here. The same book that they said was written by a white man is the same book that we're going to use to bring this kingdom down. The same book we're going to use to restore our people a true nationality. So now let's find out how we do that. Because y'all would say y'all love God, right? Would you say that? Do you believe in God? What do you believe in? You don't believe in nothing? You ain't got no kind of morals, no kind of standard? What? Like, do you live by a code of ethics? You have the code of ethics that you live by? Like what? What are some good qualities that you can say you have?
Good ethics. I would possibly say, I know how to control myself.
You who?
I know how to control myself.
You know how to control yourself. Self-control, that's good. Still, you don't kill, dude. You smoke? You don't smoke? You know, so a lot of people say they don't believe in God, but they have these morals and ethics and codes that they live by. And I understand why you say that, because the way the Bible is taught today will make anybody want to turn from it. Because of the people that preach the Bible in the churches, they be the main ones with all the wickedness. They be the main ones sleeping with all the women in the church. You see them on the weekend eating pork. You see them smoking cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? These be the same people that preach the Bible, be the most hypocritical ones. So I understand why people don't believe in the Bible. But that's what's been taught to you. Because if you have good morals, good ethics, and code that you live by, you believe in the Bible, you just don't know it. It's the reason why the Lord said he put this in our spirit. And one thing we can't change is who we are as a nation of people.
Right.
If it's in you, it's in you. We just gotta be taught again. That's why we out here, you know what I'm saying?
What is the nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word